Working hard in a 9-to-5 job is not a smart thing to do. And let me start this video by saying something very simple but very uncomfortable for a lot of people. Everything you were told about hard work growing up might not be completely true. From school to university to your first job, the same message has been repeated over and over again. Work hard, study hard, show up early, stay late, be loyal, and eventually you will be rewarded. You will get promoted. You will earn more money. You will retire comfortably at 60 or 70 and finally enjoy life. That is the story we were sold. But the question is, how many people actually experience that version of life? And how many people end up tired, burnt out, stuck in the same position for years, with no real freedom, no real control, and no real exit plan? Now don't get me wrong. I am not saying work is bad. I am not saying effort is useless. What I am saying is that the system rewards something very different from what most people believe. And once you understand that difference, your entire mindset about work changes forever. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. Hard work alone is not enough anymore. In fact, in many cases, hard work without strategy can actually trap you. It can keep you stuck. It can drain your energy while someone else benefits from your effort. Let me explain something from my own experience. In my early years, I used to believe in hard work completely. I thought the more effort I put in, the more results I would get. I worked in physical jobs, construction, logistics, long shifts, day shifts, night shifts, for days on, for days off, 12-hour shifts that felt endless sometimes, and I gave everything I had, even when nobody was watching, even when no one asked me to. I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to show that I was valuable. I wanted to be the guy that everyone could rely on. The problem was, I thought that would automatically lead to recognition, promotion, respect, better pay. But what actually happened was very different. I stayed in the same place, doing more work, taking on more responsibility, while nothing really changed for me personally. And that's when I started noticing something interesting. The hardest workers were not always the ones moving up. In fact, sometimes they were the ones everyone depended on the most, which meant they were the least likely to be replaced, but also the least likely to be promoted. Because if someone is doing everything perfectly where they are, why move them? Why risk changing something that already works for the company? And that's when I started to understand a deeper rule of the working world. Reliability can sometimes become a trap. Being too good at your job can actually lock you inside it. You become the person they cannot lose, but also the person they never move forward. Now let's go deeper into something else. In most corporate environments, you are not building your own system. You are operating inside someone else's system, and that system has one goal: efficiency for the company. Not necessarily freedom for you, not necessarily growth for you, and definitely not necessarily independence for you. That is the reality most people don't think about early enough. You are replaceable. I know that sounds harsh, but it is the truth. You can be replaced. Your role can be restructured. Your department can be reorganized. Your job can be automated. And in many cases, decisions like that are made without any emotional attachment. Because businesses don't operate on emotion. They operate on efficiency and cost. Once you understand that, you stop building blind loyalty, and you start thinking differently about your time, your energy, and your value. Now let me be clear about something. This is not about hating jobs. This is not about rejecting employment completely. This is about awareness. Because there is a difference between working a job and being controlled by a mindset that says this is the only path in life. Many people grow up thinking there are only two options: get a job or fail. But that is not true anymore. The world has changed. We now live in a time where you can build income in multiple ways. You can create content. You can build a personal brand. You can sell products. You can start online businesses. You can learn skills that generate income independently. And all of that is accessible from your phone. But here is the problem. Most people are too busy surviving to explore alternatives. They are stuck in routine. Wake up, go to work, come home exhausted, sleep, repeat, and that cycle slowly becomes a lifestyle. And once it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes very hard to question it. Because questioning it means changing it, and changing it feels risky. So most people stay where they are, not because they are lazy, but because they are comfortable in the familiar. Now let's talk about something important: energy and health. Because this is something people ignore for years. There are people who spend decades in physically demanding jobs, and by the time they reach their later years, their body carries the cost of that work. Back pain, knee problems, chronic fatigue, and sometimes irreversible damage, and the question becomes, was it worth it? Was sacrificing your body for a company worth the trade? And that is not an attack on anyone's career choice. It is simply a question of balance. Because life is not only about earning money. It is also about how you experience your life while earning it. Now I want to bring this back to something practical. There is a moment in everyone's life where something clicks. That moment where you earn your first money outside of a job. Even if it is small. Maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe 200. But it feels different. Because for the first time, you realize, I created this value myself. No boss, no schedule, no permission, just me and my ability to create something useful for someone else. That moment changes people, because it opens a door mentally, and once that door opens, you can never fully close it again. You start seeing opportunities everywhere. You start thinking differently, you start questioning old beliefs, and that is where real change begins. Now I want to address something important as well. Not everyone will agree with this perspective. And that is completely normal. Because people are at different stages in life. Some people are just starting their journey. Some are building careers. Some are raising families. Some are just trying to survive financially. So reactions will always be different. But disagreement does not automatically mean something is wrong. It often just means different experiences, different perspectives, different priorities. Now let's bring this all together. The real message here is not quit your job. The real message is don't limit your thinking to only one path. Because the moment you believe there is only one way to succeed, you stop exploring everything else. And in today's world, exploration is power, skills are power, creativity is power, adaptability is power, and those things are not tied to one job or one company. They are tied to you. So the question becomes, what are you building for yourself outside of your job? What skills are you developing that belong to you? What systems are you creating that can generate value independently? Because at the end of the day, jobs can change, companies can change, economies can change, but your ability to think, adapt, and create will always stay with you, and that is the real foundation of freedom. Not a job title, not a salary, but your ability to generate value on your own terms. And that is where I will leave this message. Think differently, question more, and most importantly, start building something that belongs to you.
Sure, I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it. But these are all piping dreams. I am here to help solve a real problem.
And what's the real problem?
You, a real problem. You're doing dirty work for Avon Quartz and his machine Cliffy. Oh, cigarette. Oh, now, listen, think about it. If you let insecure little egomaniac play God, then fake human brain he builds will be brain of insecure little egomaniac. My scientists have studied Clifford. Clifford is asshole.
The AI is an asshole?
Exactly. And him and Quartz want us to kill each other.
I don't believe a word of it.
Well, how did I make this up?
How indeed. Well, thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Mr. Quest. Thank you, Silent Psychotic Beyond. But this is where I say arrivederci. No, I mean, get ready. I mean, this is where I'm in charge. Me and Clifford. Go fuck yourselves, losers. Yes, losers.
Yes, we're in charge. Me and my dad, we're in charge. And this outdated low-tech submarine will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
I think you've got to get out of there quickly!
Scuba gear by hatch over there. I have secret escape pod. Good luck!
Swerve your lives! The Stromberg went down to the sub. Get to the shore and regroup with the others. Then let's meet at hangar at LSIA. Avon is not gonna make this easy for us. Any of us. More choppers. Big ones inbound! Wait, who are these guys? Are you fucking kidding me? Avon sent a death squad to take you out. Oh, jeez. This whole time he must have been building an army and an air force, waiting for us to deal with Bogdan so he can take over and put the algorithms in charge. Have you seen these people? Holy shit, are they clones? Has he cloned himself? I can't tell. It looks like they're all plugged into the neural network or something. We've got a battalion of cyborg clone warriors plugged into a super brain trying to wipe us out. Oh, I don't like this. Great. The IAA's network is down. It's Clifford. He's taking over. Do you know what he can do with the IAA network? A lot is what he can do. A lot. You don't get this, Robbie Banks. You're Robbie Banks. Oh, when you get stabbed in the back by your dumb, greedy best friend. Sure, but he doesn't suddenly build an army of creeps that wouldn't end the only of life. Okay, well, I'll meet you at the hangar at LSIA. Get the rest of the crew and get over there. You're on the bridge. Okay. Photograph the files on the table. Quick, use your phone. Now plug in Clifford right into the console.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait, Ken, we calm down for just 1 minute, for less than 1 minute. Look, you look very much like you have wrong end of shit. You got stuck in the stick. You're up Greek with Battle of Crab. Look, how you say it? I'm here to help. Look.
That's cocaine Bogdan. Kill him!
No, kill me all you like, but stop. Listen, please. Sure, I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it. But these are all piping dreams. I am here to help solve a real problem.
And what's the real problem?
You a real problem. You're doing dirty work for A1 Quartz and his machine Cliffy. Oh, cigarette. Oh, wait. Now, listen. Think about it. If you let insecure little egomaniac play God, then fake human brain he builds will be brain of insecure little egomaniac. My scientists have studied Clifford. Clifford is asshole.
The AI is an asshole?
Exactly. And him and Boris want us to kill each other.
I don't believe a word of it.
Well, how did I make this up?
How indeed. Well, thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Mr. Quest. Thank you, silent psychotic peons. But this is where I say arrivederci. No, I mean, get ready. I mean, this is where I'm in charge. Me and Clifford. Go fuck yourself, losers. Yes, losers.
Yes, we're in charge. Me and my dad, we're in charge. And this outdated low-tech submarine will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
I think you've got to get out of there quickly!
Scuba gear, my hatch over there. I have secret escape pod. Good luck!
Swim for your lives! The Stromberg went down with the sub. Get to the shore and regroup with the others. Then let's meet at the hangar at LSIA. Ava's not gonna make this easy for us. Any of us. More choppers, big ones, inbound! Wait, who are these guys? Are you fucking kidding me? Avon sent a dick squad to take you out. Oh, jeez. This whole time he must have been building an army and an air force, waiting for us to deal with Bogdan so he can take over and put the algorithms in charge. Have you seen these people? Holy shit, are they clones? Has he cloned himself? I can't tell. It looks like they're all plugged into the neural network or something. We've got a battalion of cyborg clone warriors plugged into a superbrain trying to wipe us out. Oh, I don't like this. Great. The IAA's network is down. It's Clifford. He's taking over. You know what he can do with the IAA network? A lot is what he can do. A lot. You don't get this robbing banks. You're robbing banks. You know when you get stabbed in the back by your dumb greedy best friend. Sure, but he doesn't suddenly build an army of creeps to put an end to your way of life. He doesn't have a battalion of helicopters in his garage. Shit! You ever had a neural network try and kill you before? Yeah, me neither. Welcome to the future. Get on the turrets and try and survive, okay? Avon's won. His AI is God, you know, and we're all just goats waiting to be sacrificed. We should all applaud ourselves. almost here, okay? Just, bring that home. This is, gonna be a depressing conversation, all right? Okay, thank God you got here. Oh, that guy that just, I feel like such a fool. My whole life, I have hated successful people, never trusted anyone. I've doubted and loathed and acted like a creep. And the one time I decided to be nice to someone, it turns out he wants to destroy. You can't even call out for help.
Then you can do exactly what you have to. You have my authority.
And we'll get paid? Hey, yeah, call it a pension contribution.
Of course, significant ones.
All right, then get this clown out of here. For all I know, you're bugged all to high hell and you don't even know the bugs exist.
Good luck.
We don't need luck. I always wanted to say that between us, we are completely fucked. Meet me back at the facility. I'll be in contact when I have a plan.